How's 30s, Dave? Well, I got a spray powder on my dick.
Ow, babe. Rude.
What? I haven't had any real food today. Why don't you be a doll and make me a sandwich, bitch?
Try that again and see what happens.
Will you make me something? Golly. Gosh, honestly, I'm like, if this itch goes up like 2 percentage points, I'm going to be using my medical insurance and going to the doctor. It's fucking itchy.
Not bad.
But it does feel better when I spray on it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Oh shit, it's 3:57? Gosh. Sure the other room's like, hey, dude. Got a lot of respect from this guy on the podcast. He's like, either you got a team of 10 people or you're doing this all by yourself. Because he respected my thumbnail. Fine. Fucking lion's share. I'm shutting the door in that room.
Like button. Everyone should post on your like. push the like button. Everyone should post on your like.
It's gonna be on Dave Neal. It's gonna be on Dave Neal, by the way.
Let's do it, folks. Come on now, it's hometowns, baby. Let's do it. Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here. Stand-up comic host, Bachelor Nation News. We got so many buttons. I've got so many buttons, I don't even know which buttons to press here. You get a button. So many. Bruce, thank you. Bruce goes, I think we're listening to the wrong audio. You certainly were. You were listening to the wrong... I was jamming to music, and you guys could only hear me probably burping and farting in the background, which, now you know how to feel bad for Tasha. I forgot to eat food today. You've been so busy, you forget to eat food, then you're like, cold cuts, let's go. I had to Chad Johnson it right down there. Hello, everybody. We got a good one happening tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is the town of which we arrive at home. It is hometowns. Hello, Trish, Lee, Leah, Sarai, Bruce, Jenny, Angel, the one and only Angelic, Angel Victoria, Ashley. So pumped for this episode. Me too, Ash. Me too. We're getting to the bottom of things. As we know, Jesse Palmer is shocked that Clayton has fallen for 4 women. He's like, boy, that's a dumb thing to do. And Clayton's like, you're telling me. But he had no idea. He had no idea what he was in for. We'll get into it. If you guys want, you can call the voicemail line, 401-213-9828. Let's move the voicemail line, out of respect for the Ukraine flag there. We stand with Ukraine. The voicemail line, 401-213-9828. And you know what we'll do as well? First we're going to do is change this music to... get the vocals out of there. We'll go just to inspirational. How's that? Yeah, we'll play a couple voicemails. Let's see what we have on the voicemail line. It was a heated weekend. We have a voicemail from Sherry. Should we play Sherry's voicemail? It was, I feel sometimes you guys, here's what happens. Okay, respectfully. If I get mad at somebody, then the comment section gets mad at them. And I don't want to pile on to anybody, but it's so funny how I can get offended by a comment and then everyone's like, yeah, Dave, get him. And I appreciate that. It's almost like, and I hate to relate this to a dog, but it's almost like when your dog's barking at nothing because he thinks he's protecting you. And I'm not saying you guys are barking at nothing. I just got some very funny voicemails from people, criticizing those that had criticized us, which we don't need to make this whole live stream about what's going on in the comment section, but it was a funny weekend for sure. I know I'm onto something when I get a lot of private messages from people being like, what was that all about, Dave? It was one of those weekends. All right, here we go. We're all God's people, right? Let's see. We had a voicemail on Saturday. Have I played my Saturday voicemails? Let's just play a couple voicemails and we'll prepare for tonight's episode. I guess that means I got to turn the background music off. So here's Sherry calling in.
Hey Dave, this is Sherry, fellow Rhode Islander now in Delaware. I would like to have a word with Miss Angie. Grow the hell up. The world is not about you, my darling. It is about billions of people. Okay? Just pull in your damn horns. Go climb back under the rock that you've apparently been hiding under.
All right, I can't go any farther. That's still mean. No, come on. Angie's one of us. Angie's like a cousin of ours. We like Angie. We just had a disagreement. We love Angie. Angie's one of our own. Chrissy says, hey, Bookshelf Dave, Belizean bad boy. Pretty soon it's going to be Hawaiian shirt Dave. That'll be my April. I'm trying to get back into Hawaiian shirt Dave. I'm trying to lay you guys with the right content. Oh, sorry, hit the wrong button. Trying to lay you guys with the right content by wearing a lei is my point. All right. Lots of people in the comment section. Good to see you. Whoa, we just hit 100. Let's go to our next voicemail. Sherry, I appreciate the phone call. Let's go to Anna in Nashville.
Hi, this is Anna from Nashville. And I just have to say that I think that it is so stupid that these girls would get mad about him hooking up with each other because they're all dating. And when you're dating someone, physical intimacy is a really important part of a relationship. So obviously, you have to make sure that that's okay before you move forward. And how is he just supposed to pick one to do that with? Because if he does and he picks wrong, then he's like, well, now I have to have sex with the other one. Does that make sense? Like, he can't pick who he wants to marry without having sex with them.
Oh my.
And I don't understand how they think that he could. It's very confusing to me.
Hey, I like it. This commenter saying, hey, he's got to pump his Palmer. If he doesn't pump his Palmer, how's he going to know the connection he has with the other Palmers he may want to pump? Therefore, one must pump all the Palmers. Why don't they just do Fantasy Suite on the first night? Why don't we just do that? I get the point. I totally get the point. We had a call this morning from Susan. Is this this is from a different? Oh, this is from the other Susan.
Hey, Dave. It's Susan from Washington.
I don't mean other as a lesser Susan. We just had multiple Susans calling. Oh, no. Previously was Sherry. Sorry. First Susan of the day. The original, the OG Susan.
I can't help but call in about the Angie situation and not Angie herself, but her representing the communication style that she used and how that just, sort of just escalates into growing into a big monster that it was probably never intended to be. I'm going to try to make this quick. I'm going to hit some highlights.
Spoiler, it's not quick, but continue. I'm going to try to make this quick, and I see it's like, not. No, I appreciate it.
Before about my background of being a facilitator for the Navy, communication skills, human development, and we've talked about over a year and a half ago about assumptions and how they hurt relationships. So on that note, I'm just going to hit a couple high points that I'm hoping will be helpful. Going back to assumption is where it starts. This is where things start to fall apart. And as I've talked about before, making assumptions about what someone else has said through your own filter and then going with that as if it's truth. And that's a bad place to start. I can't say specifically that Angie or, anyone who writes like this is doing that, but that's the first thing to look at. Am I making assumptions here? The most powerful one is the assumption that you are writing or saying what you mean to say. People like me get paid very well to take things that people have written, but they're not saying what they mean to say. They want you to read what they meant to say. Be clear, be specific,
Yeah, that's like be impeccable with your words. And hey, folks, this is good for all of us to listen to, how to communicate. And I'm never saying I'm perfect at it. Never saying I'm perfect at it.
Mindful of what you say and read it out loud. And if a comment doesn't give you the format that you need to be clear, try the voicemail. If the voicemail doesn't give it to you, then it's not appropriate. So
I always do, whenever I'm fighting with a family member online, the first thing I try to do is pick up the phone and call, because we resort back to, like the worst versions of ourselves. Some people are asking, do I even want to know what this Andrew stuff's all about? No, you don't. It was a commenter that basically said, hey, Dave, get to it. Get to the point. No one wants to hear you talk politics. And my response to that was, we are in the middle of the greatest crises of our lifetime. It was one of those types of things. Not to use that person to vilify them, hold them up, look at this person. Because to me it was, look, I'm just roasting somebody who's got a first name and they don't have any sort of information. It's not like you're going to get whatever respect you give me is the point.
So mindfulness. So quickly how to avoid it. Be mindful, own your words, check yourself. But most of all, avoid you. You said this. You did that. You didn't do this. You ought to do this. And say, I would love to hear you talk about this. Or, I had this experience. Again, it shows ownership and your own personal perspective. Dave, I know that you are welcoming and open to people conveying their needs to you or their requests to you. So, if you're playing with you, you need to rewrite it. Anyway, good luck, everybody, and thank you, Dave. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Susan, I really appreciate your words. And it doesn't mean I'm perfect. It annoys me when people are like, Dave, you preach kindness and you weren't kind. I would look at it more this way. I'm going to try to reflect the energy that's given to me. I'm going to try to bring my best energy forward. But at the same time, you read these comments from people. I'll share one. I'll share one that Katie just got. And like, you can either decide to clap back or you can decide to ignore it. Sometimes I decide to clap back. Does that mean I'm in a bad mood? No, it means I can use this comment somebody sent me and parlay that energy. I can take this energy and I can turn it into a direction that I then have control over, which was in support of the war that's happening, in support of the, getting the information out there. So Katie lost followers. And I'm going to make a video about this tomorrow. But someone said, ha ha ha, your following dropped to below 900,000. Damn, from 1M to now less than 900K. And then Katie goes, I find it so odd when non-followers go out of their way to come here and state the obvious. It's a good thing I find validation in things that matter in my real life. Now look, that's a dumb, stupid comment. This would be perfect for Troll Patrol. So this, I think on Reddit they decided to X out the person's username, but why do we have to do that? Why do we? And then if you respond to people, they go, "Oh, now you're putting me on blast. You have a bigger platform than I do," and it's like, what? What is happening here? It's not about having a bigger platform or not. It's about treating each other with dignity. So this person, Pinder K Gill 1. So I always look at these people not to like hate on them, but just to be like, what K Gill 1? Because I'll tell you this, I'll never advise people to go send other hate their way. But of course, the account's private. Of course it is. There's nothing you can do. Like if I'm doing stand-up comedy and someone in the audience is like, man, you suck. I'll be like, hey, nice shoes. What do you I'll have something to make fun of them for. Or I'll at least be like, can you elaborate? I would at least be able to get some information out of that person to then return their negative energy back on them. But when these comments come out, maybe this person wasn't, maybe they weren't private before, but you can't, it's just some troll account. You don't know who it is. So if Katie wants to return the fire and blast it on her page, it's going to boost her engagement and she's going to use that to her advantage to say, don't be like this. And I think that's good. I think we need more of that. That's why I'm creating Troll Patrol 2022. Okay. All right. Aaron Bray's in the house. Good to see you. Grateful Edge says, I 100% never assume. Ask for clarification. Making assumptions in the medical field can get people hurt or killed. That's why sometimes pharma staff nurses bug the doctors to the point where they get cursed out. Grateful Edge, I know that my a family member works as a pharmacist, and we hear all the time that they have to call the doctors back. What did you mean by this? Don't trust some doctors, chicken scratch handwriting when it comes to somebody's life. Absolutely. And on my end, you could accuse me of saying, oh, I could have asked her to elaborate before she commented more. She was pretty clear in what her comments were. She was pretty, to me, dismissive. And anyway, so it was something I don't really want to get into further, but of course people are going to talk about it as this is the first live stream. It'll happen again. I've had people go off on me and it's like, was this the first time you've ever been called out? If we were in a Starbucks and you talked to me that way, someone would videotape you and put it online. It's like, some people have egos or whatever their tendencies are. This person called me a bully, me a narcissist. I'm going to continue to let my content speak for itself. If people think I'm bullying, I don't know if you have the proper definition of bullying. And I think most of us can agree with that that's not exactly what's going on here. All right, let's go to Sarah. You're up.
Hey, Dave. It's Sarai.
Oh, Sarai, sorry.
Calling in, actually for my best friend's place in Alameda.
Woo.
I'm here until about 4:30ish, 4:45. But I just wanted to call and tell you how appreciative I am of you and your channel and your content and just you personally, because I think you're awesome.
Oh, thanks.
No matter what anyone says or does, you're just awesome. You give great advice, especially with me when I call in about my love life. but, and you're not biased at all. You're not. You have such an opinion. You do have opinions.
Well, first of all, it's okay if we have bias. Like, I come from a certain place. I come from like lower to middle class single mom. So my bias is seeing people that get a short end of the stick. Not me, but seeing, like people that can't get out of their own debt, or the system's not really working for them. So I have a bias too, but at the same time, we're going to try our best to like hear all sides. You get it.
At the same time, you can see both sides, and that's what I appreciate the most about you. And don't let the negativity get the best of you. I think you're awesome. And then thinking of my love life, so next week I'll be seeing Mark.
Oh my God.
He picked a date, and I'm going to be in his RV camper. It's actually happening. So he told me to get ready and to rock it. And also, he has no working plumbing, like none. But he can go number one. He just can't go number two. I think I said that the last time. But I'm excited. So yeah, we'll see how it happens. I think it's going to be a huge step for us to see how it is, because I've never been where he lives. Not once. I've only been to hotels and his buddy's place in his house sitting. And that's it. So it's going to be interesting for sure. And I do want to talk to him about us. And I may have to have some good courage to do it, because I'm not good at talking like that. I'm just not good at it. But anyway, I'll be catching you guys in the live stream soon before I have to go back home. All right. I love you guys. I love you, Dave. You are awesome. All right. Talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Sarai, everybody, with an update. Wow, big things happening in Sarai's world. We should put the live stream on her. Should we give Sarai the live stream and let her go live from the camper? I don't know. We might get a content flag there if things go awry, and I mean that in a good way. All right, folks. We've got people. We've got at least 2 people that would vote for me for president. That's good to know. That's good to know. Jen said during one of Dave's episodes today. No, so what happened? Okay, well, I'll just explain to you. I'm not going to get into the whole thing because I think today's video speaks for itself. But what happened was I made a video Saturday, and in that video, I was calling out someone's rude comment, and then that person responded to my call out, and it went off from there. So here's where it all started. Okay, so we're down here. It started on Saturday's video, which would have been, where is it? Oh, here it is. So this is the video, Bachelor Women Tell All, wild spoilers from Reality Steve. In the first few minutes, I discuss this person. And of course, within that video, you'll see I pinned the comment. It's got 86 comments on the thread, so it kind of speaks for itself. And again, I say this in no way to shame this person or to call them out. It's just someone who commented. If anyone doesn't like their comments being used, just delete your comments. I don't try to call people out, but that was in response to a comment that I had gotten earlier, which I probably have already gotten rid of. And the comment I got earlier was basically someone telling me, hey, well, I'll try to find it if we can. I just get rid of all these comments. Is that it? No, they're all gone. It doesn't matter. The point of which is like, the things that do strike a chord with me are when someone tells me like, hey, why are you talking about like what are you doing there? Anyway, the person thought that I had mischaracterized what they were saying, and my whole point was, well, who cares? What do we? You left a comment and I responded in a way that I thought was appropriate. And don't get me wrong, about 2, if I, according to my count, commented saying, Dave, I have to unsubscribe from you. I think this is unbecoming of you. And I hate to say it, but about 150 or so were like, this is why we love you, Dave. And it just goes to show it might not be for everyone. But if I'm going to make a video and I'm going to yell and hoot and holler about some of the injustices as I see them, that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. And when you say crack an egg to make an omelet, sometimes you crack the egg too hard. Sometimes you overcrack it. And sometimes it's just you needed to crack an egg. So it's actually got nothing to do with Angie, to be completely honest. But then she referred to me as a bully and I think a narcissist and all these things. And I don't think we got any closer to a finish line after it was all said and done. I really don't want to go into it anymore. But again, these are the first time. If anyone has any questions or wants to call me out on the way I handled it, by all means, lines are open. I actually haven't gotten any voicemails about it. Just a lot of people that were kind of pretty much saying, "Hey, Dave, I think she was wildly out of line." And maybe I heightened it by responding to it, but like that's kind of what you do with the gavel. You got, that's kind of how it works sometimes. Okay, Bruce is up.
Bruce from Oregon. Dave, I'd like to send a shout out to our boy, Power Sleuthing Detective, Bachelor Fan Take.
Yes.
As you know, he was in the hospital. Serious issue there, but I guess he's out of the hospital now and recovering. He's got a unlisted video up on his Twitter. You can go check it out. Talks about what happened to him and recovering. So I think everybody should take a second, send Bachelor Fan Take some good vibes. Have a good episode tonight. Be great to each other. Take it easy. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Yeah, I didn't actually see his update. So why don't we check out his update? This is Bachelor Fan Take. Yeah, he went through some scary stuff. So like Bruce said, absolutely. Wish him well.
It's me, Bachelor Fan Take. Just wanting to provide a quick update on my health, what this means for the channel in the next few weeks and going forward, and just let you know what's going on. So last weekend, I went to the emergency room with severe back and abdominal pain, and long story short, it turns out I had a bilateral pulmonary embolism, which means blood clots in both of my lungs, which is extremely serious, but thankfully was treated before any really, really bad damage could be done, or in the long run I could have died. But thankfully I was able to recover. The reason why I was in the hospital from Sunday till whenever I posted, it was Wednesday or something. I came home Wednesday, but the reason I was in the hospital for that extended period of time was because I had to be put on oxygen. My oxygen levels were extremely low, but all of that helped to kind of get my health back up. But what does this mean for the channel? Well, first of all, I'm going to have to be taking things a lot easier. What I'm on right now are blood thinners, and basically what that does is it stops the blood clot from growing or getting any larger, and gives my body some time to naturally break down the blood clots to eventually dissolve them, and that takes time. And so right now my lungs are still a little sad. They're kind of giving like a little frowny face right now, and it's harder to work fast. If you don't know, generally when I come out with a recap, I'm up at 6 a.m. and working straight till 4 East time. And so I definitely won't be able to do that. Depending on how I feel, I can already feel like I want to do work. I want to do videos. If videos are going to come out next week or in the following weeks, while I potentially try to find an editor to help me speed up the process, videos are going to take a few extra days. I'm going to really take my time, but I already feel like I want to get back into it. I'm kind of sitting here bored, and I really enjoy it, so I want to get back into it. I'm also going to be canceling, at least for the rest of Clayton season, any of the post-show live streams. I just can't be up and talking for an extended period of time, especially that late at night. I need to be getting to bed. I'll probably be canceling the Love is Blind finale.
Good.
But maybe I'll get back into that later, or do some different type of Love is Blind videos. Hopefully if I do get an editor to help me out, that will also mean I can do more non-Bachelor videos on top of the Bachelor videos, because I'll have some help. And I don't know the status of the preview breakdowns at this time, but I really enjoy sleuthing. So worst case scenario, if there's no video out for that, I'll probably post on my Instagram or Twitter some kind of something, a little sleuthing update.
Hey, take some advice from your old man, Dave Neal, and don't do any editing. Just no one cares about the editing, right? Just talk, man. But again, of course, respectfully, we want you to be healthy first.
I want to say that I'm okay. I don't know how long I'm going to be on blood thinners. And I want everyone to know that I'm really happy to be here. And I know this is very serious, but feel free to laugh. I'm going to make a lot of jokes about this. I'm probably going to be talking about this a bunch. And the way that I want to approach this is light and not serious. And, if I make a joke about it on the channel, please feel free to laugh. You have my permission. And finally, thank you all for the messages and the well wishes. Truly, when I was in the middle of the hospital, it was something that kept my spirits up and kept me happy. And thank you. So I'll see you all soon. Wishing you all the best.
All right. If you haven't already, make sure to send him a nice message. Speedy recovery to you. How scary is that? Now Angel had said, thanks for clarifying, Dave. I knew it was coming. That's in response to people confusing Angel for A-N-G. Angel is an angel. Not that Angie's not an angel, but if she is, she wasn't sent to help me. I'll tell you that much. But anyway, we love Angel and Angie. We love you all. All right, let's see if we have any more voicemails. And if not, we will play a couple clips. It looks like we're caught up on voicemails. We got the countdown right here happening for tonight's episode. And let's go to some Bachelor trailers. We'll play the trailers for tonight's episode. I think it's going to be a good one. I think we got some good things happening tonight. So let's have a watch at our first one here.
In my hometown of Claremont, Florida.
Nice house.
I think I've prepared Clayton as well as I can to meet my father, but still, I am terrified. I want the conversation to go well, and I'm just hoping my dad can be civil with him.
Thank you for taking the time to sit down and talk with me, and I'm sure I have a lot of questions. And
I do. Rachel's dad looks like he's gonna, he looks like a guy from Bar Rescue. He looks like he's gonna go to Clayton and just tell it, give him a lie detector test or something.
I have a few. You're in this and you still have 3 other girls. That's the part that's concerning me right now.
The thing about it is I will hurt somebody.
You're gonna hurt.
I'm gonna hurt
3 other people.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do to not hurt Rachel?
I have no intention of hurting Rachel, but I don't have a crystal ball as far as what it looks like at the end of this journey.
Oh boy. What not to say? How are you not going to hurt my daughter? Look, I don't have a crystal ball or anything. Oh, okay. That's a good one. He's like, at the end of this journey, I can't promise. Bro, Clayton, lie to this guy. You tell him what he needs to hear to get out of the situation.
Journey.
Okay. Right now, you're just another face. I really can't give my blessing.
Good. Normalize not giving the bachelors your blessing. That's your daughter. You taught her how to play softball, and you went to your first father-daughter date. You're not going to just give her away to some square-jawed Missourian. Oh, it would have been great. Here's a Clayton's like, can I get your permission to marry your daughter? And he's like, listen, I don't have a crystal ball or anything. It was fun to me. All right. Dr. Josh says, nothing like a tough dad to keep the boys in line. If he ends up in the family, that dad will also be a protector. Yeah. And if he ends up, let's watch this one more time. Let's criticize one more time. Let's get the old, hold on, we need to get.
So we are here in my hometown of Claremont, Florida. I think I've prepared Clayton as well as I can to meet my father, but still, I am terrified.
He gave the father, this is what fathers do. They smile like this. Like they press their teeth together and then just, that's the best. That's the best he's going to get into the family.
I want the conversation to go well, and I'm just hoping my dad can be civil with him.
Thank you for taking the time to sit down and talk with me, and I'm sure
Doesn't
I have
budge.
a lot of questions. And
I do have a few. You're in this.
Clayton's like, I'm sure you have a couple questions. He's like, well, now that we're here, Where do we want to start? These are my favorite.
And you still have 3 other girls. That's the part that concerning me right now.
The thing about it is I will hurt somebody.
You're going to hurt.
I'm going to hurt
3 other people?
Yeah.
Or what are you going to do to not hurt Rachel?
I have no intention of hurting Rachel, but I don't have a crystal ball as far as...
I need that sound clip. I don't have a crystal ball. Hey, Dave, what do you think about this? I don't have a crystal ball. All right, it looks like we have the Rachel. Is this the Rachel from the show? If I were to go on this show and am not in a relationship, my dad would never film a hometown, LMAO. Respect to Rachel Lindsay's dad, who didn't either. Absolutely. Respect. Flutter politely said, how did meeting Tasha's dad go for you, Dave? Can you hear that, Tasha? Oh, she might be outside. Tasha's dad is such a kind and calm soul. It went very well. Tasha's mom is the one I was nervous about, and I couldn't have a better relationship with her family. I think they're all adorable and great. We travel together, but I think I was a little naive in thinking that I immediately would like win him over, and they did. I mean, when I met my fiance's parents, I was traveling to Kentucky for Christmas. The first, probably, geez. Oh wait, no, okay, I can hear her. She's on the phone in the other room. So we started dating. So by the time I met her parents, was it for Christmas? Yeah, no, maybe it was before. Either way, it was 6 to 8 months into our relationship. So it worked out right that it wasn't too soon, and they were fantastic. They were absolutely fantastic. All right. And I did ask them if I could marry Tasha, but I waited till I was in Thailand because I wanted to make sure I asked them when I already had the ring. Now, don't get me wrong. I could have asked a few days earlier, but I wasn't sure if the proposal was going to go through because I didn't have the ring on hand. We were about to go on a trip. So I waited till I had the ring. Then I tried to call them, and I would have preferred to ask in person, but it was like, we don't live near each other, haven't seen them in months, and you don't want to ask too soon and then not deliver. So I wanted to ask when I was about to ask her, and of course I then had to call from this tiny island on the coast of Phuket, this real tiny island. There's one hotel on the island, and I had barely any service. Tasha was asleep in the next room. There's like a 16-hour time difference or whatever it is, and I had to run out there and be like, "Can I?" And I was losing service, and I was sweating, and the mosquitoes are hitting me, and can I please marry your daughter? And I I said please, and they were like, of course, we'd love to have you. At that point, it's way more of a formality. I knew what they were going to say, but at the same time, it's like, come on, of course you got to respectfully listen. And some people might say, oh, I get it, Alicia, some people might say, oh, these traditions are so archaic. They are, but like you're kind of forced into them because like, this tradition's archaic, but I don't want to disrespect her family. I really asked her dad and her mom on the phone together. Like, it wasn't like I was like, get the mom out of there. I need to talk to the dad only. So, it's hopefully the only time I have to ever do that because that's nerve-wracking. Next voicemail.
Hello, Dave. It's Natalie calling from Alberta, Canada. You kind of just said nobody called in about that comment and how awful that thread went, and I will. I want to say that I appreciate that you stir the pot a little bit. I appreciate that you say hard stuff and that you will say things that we're not all going to agree with. I love that about you. I'm a very polarizing person myself. People either love me or they hate me. I often lose my verbal filter. You handle it really well. You have never been unkind to me, and I have sometimes said things just to try and get a reaction out of you. So whoever said all that stuff to you, I disagree. You are not a bully. You are starting a conversation, very important conversations. You've changed my mind about things. I have had many conversations with many people about things. So yeah, I just wanted to call and say that because I got my little pale sailor. I was like, how dare somebody be mean to my Dave? Nope, not having it on my watch up here in Alberta. So sticking up for you and all the Dave, what did you call yourself that we're not allowed to call us again? I don't know. Anyway, I'm rambling. It's Monday. And looking forward to the show tonight. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye. Listen, Natalie, you try to rile me up? Oh, man. I could see you guys on the Discord being like, how do we get Dave to blow his top today? Nikki kind of gave the best response because Angie was taking everything really personally. And my whole point was like, Angie, nobody knows you. Don't take this personally. We're responding to what you said. That's it. I can't be a bully if I'm just responding to some random person's tweet or something. It's almost like if someone cuts me off in traffic and I go, man, that guy's bullying me. No, that guy doesn't know me and I don't know him. Nikki said, Angie, no one knows you. Just what you wrote publicly, which was a criticism of Dave and the way he uses his platform. His response is not only valid, but fair and far from bullying. You're in his space and he's responding to your words. He's not calling you names or saying anything about you as a person and actually complimented your cute dog. Personally, I really appreciated his commentary on the current situation in Ukraine, and I especially appreciated the recommendation of who to follow on the subject. And then she left a definition of why I am a bully, and it kind of went one thing after another. So we didn't really get anywhere. But I appreciate, look, yeah, I'm not going to apologize for something I'm not sorry for. And that was it. Maybe Angie left us. Maybe, for all I know, she could just change her name on her username and I wouldn't know the difference. There's nothing personal about it whatsoever. 1000%. Alicia, if you need to ask me permission, yeah, why don't we do that? Let's normalize. Listen, I know people are going to want to ask permission from their significant other's fathers before they get married, but maybe you should ask me permission, Maybe Sarai or maybe Mark could call me up and be like, hey, Dave, do I have permission to take Sarai? And I'll be like, listen, did you fill up the tank of gas in the camper? Are you, let me see your, I'm an easy person to please. Just send me a couple of spreadsheets, maybe a PowerPoint presentation on why you think you should take her hand. Just keep it nice and easy. You know what I mean? Alrighty. 19 minutes left. Can you believe it? We are getting into things. Trying to get your comments in. Yeah, Angel said buttheads, right? Yeah, I mean, I've pissed off a couple buttheads in my day. Absolutely. You do what you do. You do what you do. But the tough thing to reply to is people that are like, Dave, you preach kindness. Well, above and beyond, I definitely preach respect, but I don't think I was respected there. I made a video about a spoiler. I spent a couple minutes ranting and raving about something else, and then I got to the content. When I'll talk about the science of making thumbnails all day of the week, I don't make content so that the thumbnail is the 100% piece of the content. I make the thumbnail because that's the best chance someone is to click on the video. And then my hope is that I can keep you sucked in with whatever form of entertainment we can do. Now, that's not always the case, right? I think I get about 15 to 20% click-through rate, which means YouTube will show my thumbnails to millions of people, and then 15 to 20% of them will decide to click on it. And that's a good number, and you can't win everybody, and I'm okay with that. Trust me, I didn't lose any sleep whatsoever. I had to stop talking about that because it was annoying my fiance. You know what I mean? Because I was like, can you believe this? But I actually was surprised how much Tasha was on my side, because usually Tasha's like, don't ruffle feathers, leave people alone. But she was like, yeah, that person was being an asshole to you. The nerve of someone to be rude, get called out on it, and then still, like, to their dying breath, think that they were in the right. I don't know. I guess I'm a narcissist. All right. And I have no desire to be right about it. I just, I'll let the comments speak for themselves. Alicia said, wow, Nikki is so well with her words. Yeah, I'm actually going to meet Nikki next week. I get to meet Nikki. Haley says, a bully. Sorry, it's funny. Yeah, Bully Dave. I need a good bully nickname, Power recapper here. Bullying the punchlines. Dr. Josh, Dr. Josh, you were very sweet in the comment section. I appreciate you. But I hate to say it, but that comment thread created 86 comments, and they're good conversations to happen. I don't feel like it was in jest. Like, I don't feel like there wasn't something productive to be talked about there. It's just like I'll pick and choose how to hall monitor the channel and try to keep the comment section at bay. Maybe a time will come where I don't even get to respond to anybody's comments and I just let it be a dumpster fire. Maybe only the Dave Neal community on Facebook becomes a place where I communicate. But in the meantime, I'd like to think that I can see your first names, know some of you guys, know what part of the world you're in. Like that, it means a lot to me when people will send photos of their setup, and then I'll be on the TV and they'll be doing cardio or combing their cat. That's not a metaphor. Whatever they're doing. Combing the cat, though that sounds like a fantasy suite. Just combing the cat, don't worry about me. That's what Clayton's gonna do when he's left alone at the end of this. I'm guessing. We don't know what happens. Speaking of Colton, though, we had some real breaking news we got to earlier. Colton Underwood engaged to Jordan C. Brown. Now, when someone sent me this story earlier today, I assumed, I don't know, I read it wrong. I thought Jordan, the other Jordan, was engaged, and I was like, who cares? And I was like, oh, Colton's engaged? Wow. And of course, they did a strategic launch. I don't blame them. Look, you're a celebrity and quotes, whatever. They did a strategic launch to maximize their engagement. They had people, release the news in a coordinated effort with their Instagram stories. That's just what they did, Let's go to Colton Underwood and see what we have here. Did I spell that right? Colton Underwood. So let's see. Colton Underwood, former Bachelor, engaged. Chris Harrison wished him congratulations. We want people to be happy, by all means. Final rose given. I'm engaged. Because we do know that these were the first photos taken of them. I didn't report on this story because I didn't really want to. I don't know. I didn't really want to be reporting on Colton's first kiss, after coming out of the closet. I didn't want anything to do with that. Now we did make a video of Colton, and it's so hard to say Colton now. I want to say Clayton. Colton. We made a video of Colton, buying a house together, which we don't really know the specific of who's on the lease or who was on the deeds, if you will. He and Cassie Ranoff who made it to the, so it looks like there's no mention of the, tracking device or anything on TMZ. Although TMZ is the first place to break that story that there was a temporary restraining order. Maybe they think it's no longer pertinent to his storyline. He's doing just fine. Well, Dr. Josh said, but your channel and what you do speaks a lot about you and it's a success. What I try to do on this channel is remind myself to be me and not be hurtful. Because I can be a prick. I can be mean just like anybody else. People call me a bully. It's I wouldn't call it bullying. I'm just here talking to a microphone to a bunch of people who, in most cases, I can't see anything more than a tiny tidbit of your head. And I try to make that feel as humane as possible. I try to make it feel like we're talking to each other. And some people have said, oh, Dave, the way you respond to comments can be, someone called it abrasive or bullying. And I was like, well, I guess I'm just if I'm trying to respond to 20 comments in a row, I'll do yes or no answers if that's what it needs to be. I'll just try to get as much out as possible. Not for the chore of responding, but just trying to spread my answers out to as many people as possible, knowing I can't possibly please everyone. And I think that might have been have been misconstrued, but I know people in the past have said, Dave, you're no longer bookshelf Dave. Yeah, I know I've added $10,000 worth of equipment, and I'm constantly trying to make the storytelling aspect or production quality of what I do better. That's what I'm trying to do. All right, let's see if there's any more voicemails here. Oh, we do have a new voicemail. Let's see who this is. Could it be Angie?
Hey, this is Ash and Kay up in Toronto.
Got excited.
We are calling in because we just wanted to let you know we're really freaking excited to watch the mess of tonight unfold. I feel like we are watching a man who might possibly be polyamorous being put in a situation he's never been in before. He does not know what to do. We joke quite often that the people on The Bachelor are poly, but we actually mean it with Clayton.
Yeah, Clayton actually legit seems like a poly person. It's
to flat out say on TV, I'm in love with 4 people. There's some stuff to unpack there too. I feel like people have felt that before and probably haven't said it, but he's just the first one to say it like that, I feel.
I don't know. I just think that a lot of people don't realize they're poly until they're older and probably older than the average age of people on the show. So I think that that's there's less of that in this show than there probably
could be
is
in real life.
statistically in the world. Yeah.
Makes sense. Anyway, those are our 2 cents on the situation. Have a great night, everyone. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Ash and Kay, thank you so much. Oh, you gotta love Ash and Kay. They are signing people up for the poly community. They're like, all right, do we got Clayton? Who else is on the list? Absolutely. Hey, some people can put themselves into circumstances that are not monogamy, and the show is built off of monogamy. And what we're learning is, given these circumstances, is that people can fall in love with multiple people. Now, the question would be, I guess the question I would have for Ash and Kay, and maybe you could leave a voicemail if you're going to be on the next live stream, because we're going to run out of time here. Let me ask this from Ash and Kay. What would you do if you thought Clayton wanted to make these relationships work? Like, how would that all work? Would they all live together? Would they have a Google Calendar? And I know, no, don't give me the whole, well, every polyamorous experience is different. No, tell me what you would do. I'm giving Ash and Kay full ownership as the sect of our community that is poly, to tell me how they would manage the 4-on-1 moving forward, if that was a sort of thing. Angel says, not Angie, Angel. Last thing I will say about it, Dan loved when you said, want an equal platform, build it. Yeah, someone talked trash. I responded, and then they got mad that I have a bigger platform. And I guess like the solution in their eyes would be that I'm not allowed to say anything back to anybody because more people subscribe to me. I'm not saying this from my high horse. I could care less if people agree with me. I'm just trying to be honest with how I feel. And I think that resonates with people, that I'm not pushing over or trying to be a people pleaser. I naturally am a people pleaser. That's why it makes it very hard for me to sometimes tell you how I feel, because I in most cases, I'll take someone's comments like Angie's and I'll sweep them under the rug and I'll say, hey, we still love you. But every once in a while, it's like, oh, please tell me how to run my stuff. Please. Let's go to what might be our last voicemail before tonight's after party, which we will be doing at 10 p.m. East time. Right after the episode, we'll be doing an after show live stream.
Hey, Dave. I'm watching the pre-show live. This is Miriam calling from...
Oh, it looks like we lost her. Miriam, we lost you. Call back. We lost the rest of your comment. Hey, Susan Rich, we did play your voicemail. You must have missed it earlier. I saw that you asked if we played it. Thank you so much, Susan, for the voicemail. It's much appreciated. Dr. Josh said, accountability is being honest and taking responsibility for what we say and do and answering it. Dave, you have gone above and beyond to make sure you take accountability for your content. Yeah, Josh, thanks. And I like that I like that if there is like a tiff or a problem, I can address it in the next video. Not everybody's going to see that, but I can't worry about like which video people are going to see versus the next one. I try to be like, when I made my video response to Angie, I did it, in what I thought was the appropriate video, which I'll show you. So this conversation is pinned, right? This whole 85, you do whatever you want with it. This is pinned. It comes from an earlier conversation. So I'll just, very quickly, we have 5 minutes here? I'll play, we got 8 minutes. So I'll play my response. You don't have to worry about what's going on in other parts of the world. Congratulations to you. Wrong. So yeah, I went hard on her, but here's what she said. I miss Bookshelf Dave. 6.3 minutes out of an 11-minute video, we get to the women tell all spoilers. I feel duped and we have to sit through political talk. No one who is supposedly socially aware was talking about the situation in Ukraine over the past month, but now all of a sudden everyone cares. It's fake social awareness. It's talking about it so you can say you spoke about it. So, okay, so she was calling me a fraud. You're talking about it so you can say that you're talking about it. Nobody cares. Get to it. Chop, chop, bitch. That's how I took it. Chop, chop, bitch. Get to the point. Get to the point of your thumbnail. Come on, let's go. That's how I took it. And I think that's how she meant to say it. But then, of course, as I said, again, she started to be like, oh, what if I self-harmed? What if I did all these things? And you go, whoa. Don't play the victim here. Own your words, whatever. And then, you're calling me a victim? Yes, you're playing a victim. You're telling me, well, aren't you worried about my mental health? And it's like, Angie, you weren't worried about my mental health when you snapped back for no apparent reason. So it went on and on. So this had 86 comments. And then from there, And again, I'm only saying this because so many people are like, how did this all go down? From there, I guess let me go back to my video today. I responded what will be for the last time. I know I'm talking about it right now in today's video, which was this one. Bachelor mom solves gas crisis. I mean, it's a 29-minute long video. I went out of my way. And trust me, a 29-minute video probably isn't going to perform that well. But hold on. But I really wanted to make sure that I covered every aspect of the conversation just to make sure, like, look, there's no hard feelings whatsoever. So look, I lost 3 subscribers out of this. I don't know if I lost those because... and again, it doesn't matter to me. I'm just seeing this for the first time. I don't know. But I don't know what people want from me other than, I took the time to explain what went down. It appears that most people understand my point of view here. The average view duration was very high at 11 minutes. So, but of course, it was probably one of those videos that, I don't know, probably not too many people watched. I don't really get worried about losing a couple subscribers here or there. Anyone who knows the content I make, for the most part, is going to understand where my head's at and not... I don't know, not bail on something as simple as that. All right, so let's see. We're getting out of here. 4 minutes left. Again, I know it's probably annoying for some people that this is like sort of not the drama on the show, but for some people it's more interesting, to hear stuff like this. Ashley said he just came out and he's now engaged. Talking about Colton. Yep. Layla's feeding the cats. Ashley says, doesn't he want to explore more? I know. I mean, if again, we can't compare every situation, but if I were, if I were dating women for the first time, I would be like a kid in a candy shop. Well, women, how are you? What's going on? Oh my God. I know this sounds horrible to say, but, whatever security he's looking for, I hope that he's getting it. I hope that he's getting it. By the way, we have breaking news. Natalie says, nothing to comb anymore since the day of laser hair removal. Thank you, Natalie, with the breaking news update that nothing to comb here. Speaking of the comb and the cat. Savvy, Dave, I have way too much self-reflection to be a narcissist. Yeah, I would probably say I'm more insecure than anything. But again, I'm not saying this all to praise you. I just, I feel like in some ways what I was trying to do was mischaracterized because listen, you guys know me. Some of the things I love about great comedians is their mic work, their ability to know when to draw someone in with like talking, in a normal voice versus knowing when to just kind of crank it up, get out there and just start yelling about, right? And that might be triggering to someone who's maybe putting their headphones in and they're breastfeeding. I don't know. I don't know why I had to mime out the breastfeeding, but that might be obnoxious to somebody. But if I have a point I'm trying to make and I'm trying to really get to that point and really just talk about like not accepting certain status quo, I'm going to crescendo into that peak that I want to be at. That doesn't always mean I'm angry. There's something dynamic. Like most of my audience listens more than they watch. Maybe the live stream is different, but in most videos, you put it on, you get the gist, you start scrubbing the dishes, combing the cat, whatever you need to do, Natalie. All right. Polishing the cue ball, whatever. Right. You know what I mean? So the point is that I primarily work through the audio medium, right? Sound. And by doing that, sometimes I'm going to lose my shit over things, or I'm going to have a well-placed swear word, or I'm going to throw, a whatever. I know that's probably more visual than audio, but it's not, and it's in most cases a calculation of how I'm communicating and not me losing my mind on somebody. I lost my mind on Angie because we have some issues we need to wake up about. We're like on the precipice of a potential nuclear war. This is, and I'm not saying that to fearmonger or scare people, but let's watch this TV show and remember it ain't that important. And let's get back to what matters in life. How can we spread love? How can we do the different parts of our life that we have control over? Let's try to get through. Let's see. I think I'm done with voicemails. Let me just make sure. Colton getting a ring faster than I got my passport back in the mail. Elizabeth, so funny. That's the funniest line. That is so funny. Elizabeth Says Colton gets a ring faster than I got my passport back in the mail. Oh man, so good. All right, let's get to, you know what, let's do this. Let's play some music. And by all means, people can call in. We will take phone calls for tonight's after show. We'll be here right after the episode. And let's spend our final 2 minutes here. I'll just read some comments and play some music. Hey, Connie, Pauline, love you right back. Connie's my mom's name. Love a good Connie. Love a good Constance. Gorilla says, watch since 9,000 subscribers, never a bully. Yeah, I'm okay with the critics. We'll just use them to fry some, marshmallows every once in a while. All right. Yeah, Bruce says, I can never talk about Nick Vial because I have more subscribers. Well, as far as Nick Vial is concerned, I got to support these little YouTubers. You know what I mean? I got to support guys like Nick. They need every help they can get from us bigger YouTube channels. Anyway, thanks again, everyone. Sarah, hey, Sarah, Sarah Winks. I don't know if I said hi to you earlier. If I didn't, good to see you. Ash and Kay said they'll leave a voicemail. Yeah, let us know. Let us know how to get Oh, we hit the. Let's see. We got how much time's left? Our final minute. I'm just trying to get back to all the comments. Flutter says she was having a tantrum. Just be me. I'll keep being me. We might lose a couple subscribers along the way, but I suspect we'll gain more. Yeah, Nikki Nicole, I appreciate you. Everyone else, just trying to get back out there. What platforms raise awareness for humanitarians? Layla says, I'd lose my shit sometimes. It happens and this is an appropriate response. Yeah, once in a while. It's hard to get me. Sometimes the live streams will get me. You'll have to see me walk away and, comb the kitty or whatever it's called. All right, that's it from me. We're out of here. We'll see you guys in 2 hours. Bye, everybody. Thanks so much for being so kind. I appreciate all of you. Bye now.
Push the like button.
You cut the crap.